The people here in Michigan have done such a great job. You know, they've worked so hard under difficult circumstances. Their industries have been devastated, but they've stayed together. They've stayed at it. They've supported Senator Obama. They've run John McCain out of this state, and now they're taking it to the next level. We're going to get the 60 votes in the Senate. We're going to get that bill passed, and Senator Obama's going to sign. It's going to be a great day for the American worker.
We're hearing some cohesion amongst all of the trades and all of the union movement within the country. Understanding what's at stake at this particular time. If we don't get some things straight and we don't change some direction of the government and how it treats the trade union people, then we got a real problem.
We're here in Detroit protesting the fact that we've been put at the back of the economic bus for 8 years. This is the home of Rosa Parks. And we ain't going to ride on the back of the stinking bus anymore. And a good friend of labor, Senator Barack Obama, said, "Nothing can stand in the way of the power of a million voices calling for change." We're here today calling. We want change, and the change that we want is the Employee Free Choice Act passed in the first 100 days of our new Congress. We want justice. We want justice for workers, and we want it now. What do we want? When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it?
Now! Union members and their families have come from all across Michigan to show support for the Employee Free Choice Act and to express our extreme displeasure with what has gone on with the injustice foisted upon organized labor by the National Labor Relations Board.
If we look over that way, just a mile or so, we got Canada. How many of you used to visit Canada, used to go to Canada, in part because of the fact that the exchange rate was so favorable that we would get more for our dollar? As it stands right now, the Canadian dollar is worth more than our dollar. Something is wrong with that picture.
And the Employee Free Choice Act does three things real briefly. It allows people to join a union through what's called majority sign-up. All right? 50% sign a card, it's verified, you got a union, just like they do in Canada and 79 other countries around the world. That's what we need. And once we get a union, once people have a union, then they have the right to a speedy contract. No more 6 months, no more 1 year, no more 2 years, dragging it out until it all disappears. And then thirdly, we ought to have some really good, tough penalties in there for those who violate the law. Because the law is violated every single day in America. 20 to 30,000 workers in this country every year are fired if they try to lead to join a union or are discriminated against in the workplace.
Find those undecided voters. They're out there. About 1 in 5. Talk to them. You talk to them face to face about why you're for Barack Obama, and you'll get them for Barack Obama.
And I know what the opinion polls say, that we're looking pretty good in Michigan. And we're looking pretty good because of all of your efforts. But I also know that about this time 4 years ago, they said that John Kerry was going to beat George Bush. That's why we can't let down our guard for a minute. Not a minute. That's why we have to make sure that everyone here, that you make sure that everyone you work with and everyone you know understands one thing before they go into the voting booth. What they need to know is that a union member voting for John McCain is like a chicken voting for Colonel Sanders, and if he gets elected, you're going to get plucked, I promise you.
I want to tell you just as a little bit of an aside, if you like to hunt and fish, don't worry about Barack Obama. He's going to see to it that you keep your guns and that you can afford to hunt and fish.
And I want to tell you, we started on Thursday. We started in Cleveland with President Clinton. We had a great crowd. Cleveland gets it. Yesterday we were in Pittsburgh, another fantastic crowd. Pittsburgh gets it. But I have to tell you this morning, This is the best crowd we've seen yet, and we thank you for being here. You've heard about the Employee Free Choice Act, the National Labor Relations Board, all of those issues. But let me give you the final one, and then I will close by just simply saying thank you very much for all that you do. Please don't stop now, because we are absolutely going to win. The one thing that you have to understand, if we don't win this election, the one thing that no one said today, survival, brothers and sisters, because if we lose this election, you could stick your head between your legs and kiss it goodbye. Believe me, and I'm not kidding a bit, we'll survive, but it is not going to be a pretty scene.
In that debate the other night, he was asked about trade agreements. And Senator Obama looked right in the camera and said, I will not give a trade agreement to Colombia because they condoned labor leaders getting killed and having organizers arrested. That's who we need to lead this country.
John McCain is one Paul, and we're the other Paul.
Yes.
No one in labor, after they know what he is about, should ever be able to cast a vote for John McCain.
That's right.
It's impossible.
So I know you're freezing. I know you've had time away from your family, but we got a powerful group of men that have been traveling all over this country, but it's up to you. This is labor unity. We've had philosophical indifferences. That's our indifferences. But we are unified for the Employee Free Choice Act, and if you let them not get it in law for you, shame on you, shame on us.
I am running for Congress, and I'm proud to say that I support the Employee Free Choice Act. Yeah! We have lost over 400,000 jobs in Michigan. Many of those a result of these trade deals that Mr. Bush and Mr. Nolenberg, who is basically tied to the hip of Mr. Bush, have been voting for many years. Yeah. We are going to turn that around, because I know that American workers are the best workers in the world. We just need to have fair rules, and we need them now.
That's right.
This is the most important election in your lifetime, and I know you hear that on a regular basis, but it's true. As the previous speaker said, if we do not win this election, the labor movement is in deep trouble. If we win this election, there's no end to where we can go. We're going to change the direction of this labor movement from a steady decline since Ronald Reagan fired the air traffic controllers in 1981, and we were 20% of the workforce. Today we're 8%. And labor sat on their hands then. But as you can see with all of you here, we're not sitting on our hands now. We are telling them we've had enough of this, and we're not going to take it anymore. And this movement is going to start right here in the strongest labor town in this country, Detroit, Michigan. And it's going to spread across this country. This country's going to hear our wishes. And on November, we're going to make sure that we have a Congress that's strong with Democratic majority. We're going to make sure we have a filibuster-proof Senate so we can pass the Employee Free Choice Act. And we're going to elect Barack Obama president and take this country back. Can we change America, brothers and sisters? Can we do it? Thank you for coming on behalf of the Justice for Workers Now Coalition. We'll spread the word, go back to your homes, back to your local unions, and spread the word. We're going to win this one. Thank you so much.